Alright, got a great episode for you today, because today we're going to be talking about a freaking amazing flanker that's coming from the house of Gallagher Fragrances. It's the flanker to Rose All Dae, and it's Rose Noir. I've had this for a while now. I've definitely put some great wear into it, and my test drive's over. Now it's time for me to put my 2 cents in on the mix. I'll tell you why Rose Noir is like frickin' Rose All Dae wrapped in bondage. What? Stay tuned. Cue that intro. What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic today, and welcome back to My 2 Cents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. If you've been following this channel for some time now, or at least since Thanksgiving, you would know that I really love Gallagher Fragrances Rose All Dae. That's right, this reminds me of warm apple pie. It's a great fragrance. But how does the new flanker Rose Noir compare to Rose All Dae? Well, let's get right into it. Let's cut through the fat, get right to the meat and potatoes in today's whiffs and sniffs. All right, so we're going to do a little comparison video. So yeah, we're going to talk about Rose Noir, but we're going to do a comparison. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the notes for Rose All Dae right up here. And we're going to go ahead and spray this bad boy, and we're going to get to whiffing and sniffing. I love this fragrance. Apple crisp, plum, rose. The way that Daniel Gallagher did the rose in this is incredible, because you get slight earthy rosy nuances through it, but it's really that sweet spicy apple crisp, that nice plum blending in with the rose to create this really nice apple pie effect. It is a gourmand, but it's not just a gourmand. It kind of melds itself away from the gourmand territory as it starts drying down, because you get this really nice powdery tonka. But there is this really nice stainless steel accord in it that I think is some sort of aldehyde, creating this like cool stainless steel effect that actually smells kind of like a hot apple pie that's sitting in a stainless steel pan. The rose in this is actually nice and dark. It adds this really nice earthy effect to it as well, but it's so beautifully blended. It's such a sweet fragrance, but not overly sweet. It's got a really nice spicy quality to it, but the apple pie, man, it smells just like a beautiful apple pie. This is what I rocked on Thanksgiving, and it's probably what I'm going to rock on every Thanksgiving moving forward. I freaking love this fragrance, and it does really well on my skin. I get really good performance out of it, with a moderate sillage and a beautiful scent bubble all frickin' day. Rose All Dae, great fragrance. But how does Rose Noir stack up to it? Well, let's find out. Rose Noir, what's the differences in the notes? What's the differences in the fragrance? Well, leave the notes right up here for you, but I'll tell you the 2 main notes that definitely stand out in this. Oud and leather, and you get right off the bat, you get that leather, you get that oud. It adds a nice little funkiness to it. It really brings out this sexual side of Rose All Dae, because it shares a lot of the same characteristics, but oud and leather are really predominant right off the bat. And the leather in this is a nice black leather. I can see myself just wrapped in freaking leather, like a leather jumpsuit rocking this. I know that sounds freaking weird, but it is a really well done fragrance. There is no redundancy whatsoever with owning Rose Noir versus Rose All Dae. Rose Noir is like really dark. It's like the 50 shades of gray of Rose All Dae. The apple crisp is kind of subdued. It's set back. You still get it, but it's not as predominant. That plum is less predominant. The rose actually kind of pops off more. You're getting more of that earthy, dark rose characteristic. The leather and oud are, like I said, they're predominant. I love this fragrance. I love what they did here. It's actually one of the first flankers where I'm like, man, is the flanker better than the original? Even though there's a lot of that underlying DNA, the leather and oud, man, they make this one sexy beast of a fragrance. I'm talking like BDSM type of, filth to this. This is really stinking good. No, you don't have to be into whips and sex swings and ball gags and all that jazz just to rock Rose Noir. The best way for me to describe it to you is it's really taking that really nice Rose All Dae, that gourmand aspect of a fragrance, and turning it into this filthy, sexy beast. The tonka bean is still slightly powdery in the dry down, but the oud actually kind of mingles in with that, adding this nice woody characteristic and a little bit of that animalic funk, but a good animalic funk. I'm talking like alluring, intoxicating type of animalic funk. I will say this, I have gotten some backhanded compliments from this. Not as many as I have gotten from positive compliments, but I have a couple of girlfriends that were like, oh, yeah, I don't know. The leather's too predominant. It's a little overbearing. And I can see that. The leather is very pronounced in this. It is definitely a punch you in the face type of leather. The oud as well. That combo right off the top kind of gives a little bit of this rubbery aspect, which I actually really enjoy. I really think that he's using a high quality oud, whether it's synthetic or whether it is a natural oud in this, because it smells quite natural. Again, long-lasting fragrance. I get a good full day's worth of wear out of this. Really good scent bubble, good projection, especially in the first couple of hours. But Rose Noir is not redundant whatsoever. If you already own Gallagher Fragrances Rose All Dae, you're definitely going to want to check out Rose Noir. Now, I would definitely get a carded sample, which you can get from Gallagher Fragrances. I'll leave a link down below. But Rose Noir, if you like leather fragrances, if you like oud fragrances with a really nice underlying gourmand side, Rose Noir could just be the perfect fragrance for you. It's a bad boy. It's a badass fragrance. It really is the dark, evil twin of Rose All Dae, but in the best way. I think this is one of the coolest flankers coming from an indie niche brand quite some time, because it takes that DNA and just really darkens it up. Really adds an alluring and intoxicating feel with that added leather and oud, all while keeping that original DNA just layering on top of it. Perfect for the cold weather, could be worn casually all the way up to formal in my opinion, but Rose Noir is definitely worth a whiff and sniff. So if you already have Rose All Dae, don't find it redundant to pick up Rose Noir. I want to give a quick shout out to the subscriber who recommended that I do this episode. I think it was a great recommendation, man. Thank you for the inspiration. But that's it, guys. Rose Noir, totally worth a whiff and sniff. Rose All Dae, totally worth a whiff and sniff. Definitely get yourself a sample or decant of Rose All Dae or Rose Noir and see for yourself. Give it a nice test drive. This is like the Mercedes-Benz Rose All Dae. And this is like the Bugatti Rose All Dae with the freaking amazing leather seats. Yeah, Rose Noir. So there it is, guys. There is my quick rundown of Rose All Dae and my review of Rose Noir. Beautiful fragrances. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Gallagher Fragrances, if you've tried Rose All Dae or Rose Noir. What are your thoughts on them? Let me know. If you have any other suggestions for great content, feel free to reach out. You can DM me, you can email me, or you can leave me a comment down below. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.